Well, it sounds like you're saying they're being, paid to shit on the streets and
I'm not saying
become
they're
mentally
being
ill.
paid to shit on the streets. They
I
are
always felt like
mentally
mental
ill.
illness happened first
Yes,
before living on the street.
Unquestionably. It's all during the Reagan administration when they opened up the mental health institutes and just let people out in the streets.
Well, it started before that in New York, and that was my experience in New York. Was like Rockefeller, way back when, and I could be wrong, but this is how it was attributed. Sort of closed up the mental health hospitals and pushed these many, many, many people out on the streets.
Yeah.
That had nowhere to go, and it wasn't a poverty situation, although it looks like it when you look at it. It's really a mental health situation, and a great number of these people have no interest in going into a place.
Right.
They would just as soon live on the street. Their life is like an interior monologue that they can't control, and living in a home is no different than living on the street. The thing is still going on. The conversation is still going on inside the brain.
But there has to be a solution for it.
Well, okay. So I don't disagree that there has to be a solution. But I don't think that people are. This is sort of like where, I'd like to think about, let's not talk politics. Let's agree on like what we can agree on. So that solution is like, this is where the great minds of California or the United States need to come together and say, okay, why don't we solve these problems that are common to every state has a city that has X number of people living on the street, whether it's Yankton, whether it's, Minneapolis, whether it's, Louisville, whatever. Everyone's got like a street scene situation that's rough like that. And it's hard to say, you say there's got to be a solution. Where's that going to come from, and who's going to believe it? If it comes from this direction or that direction or this side or that side, how do you like evaporate the walls of separation and say, like, how do we get the right people with the right minds to solve these questions? These are real things, and people argue about them. You and I are not arguing, but we're talking about it.
Yeah.
And neither one of us are sleeping on the street.
Right.
We both feel compassion for it, empathy for it. But how do you get people that are far removed, and we could say we're far removed from it, to like allow the solution to take place
from one side or the other?
From one side, any side. Who gives a damn who's got it right?
Well, it has to be a completely bipartisan thing. We have to look at it in terms of the health of human beings in our community, right? This country is supposed to be our community. These people that are on the street, they are sad, sick people in our community. And some real effort has to be taken to try to change that instead of just enable them to keep doing it.